Second place twice. I've never gotten first place. It gets intense, dude.
Okay, guys, here we go. First of all, put your name on your paper. Don't want to forget that.
It's already on there.
Awesome. So far, so good. Question number 1. Bunny is referred to by 3 different names throughout the film. What are they?
There's so much pressure. I've never pulled it off. I don't know why I think I can even pull it off this time. I'll cram all this stuff in and I'll get up there and I'll just freeze. I'll forget it.
Okay, guys, next question. You have 30 seconds to list as many actors from the film as you can. I need the actors' names, not their roles. Their actual names. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pencils down, please. All did a fantastic job. We want to thank you.
I definitely found the walrus to be my toughest competition. She's a phenomenon.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I am the walrus.
I told everybody that I thought I was going to come in third, and then when they announced somebody else for third, I thought, well, I came in second.
Second place, 16 points, all the way from Portage, Indiana, Bunny Lebowski, ladies and gentlemen.
When they announced the walrus in second, and she came out in the walrus costume, it was like surreal. It was like I didn't even know what was happening. I was like, did they make a mistake? Could I possibly have won this? Is it even possible?
Joe Blevins.
So that was amazing to me. I was like, it was stunning.
State of Israel. If you will it, dude, it is no dream.
Listen, you fucking amateurs in Lebowski trivia, you're looking at a fucking achiever right here, me, Joe Blevins, Arlington Heights, Illinois. This is the fucking proof. I am the real Lebowski Chicago trivia champion, and the rest of you are fucking amateurs.
This thing is the biggest thing that I've ever been involved in, and it's big, and it's huge.
It's just becoming real, you know, we have these fests where all these fans get together just like us, and we all just like kind of create this strange world of Lebowski with nihilists running around and people running around in bathrobes and giant credence tapes and severed toes. And the last 3 years of my life have just been unbelievable.
The very first event that we had about 150 people showed up. At the second annual event, around 800. From there, Vegas was about 1,200. Back to Louisville, close to 4,000 people.
All these great cities, Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington, Scotland, and London.
You know, there have been several points along the way where I've looked at this and I've said, holy smokes, I don't think that this can get any bigger.
I've been in a constant kind of perpetual state of disbelief since about 2003.
But you know, when you get people who are bold enough and creative enough to come up with costumes, that creativity and energy, you know, it fuels the fire, man, and it's, you know, it brings the party.
It's like all my nerdiest dreams are coming true.
Drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed.
The Big Lebowski is basically a movie about mistaken identity.
Wait, let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
As the dude has his rug peed on. Some people break in and pee on his rug because they think he's another guy. And basically this sets in motion a series of very unfortunate events for the dude.
No one's going to cut your dick off. Not if I have anything to say about it.
Well, they finally did it. They killed my fucking car.
There's severed toes, there's dirty undies.
What the hell is this?
There's kidnapping.
She probably kidnapped herself.
Embezzlement.
As if we would ever dream of taking your bullshit money.
And it's kind of funny that the one material thing that he really goes after, his rug, causes him every bit of, you know, agony.
The only thing Joel has ever said is that, you know, ideas don't grow on trees.
The fuck are you talking about?
They have one idea. Their stories are about people who come up with solutions to problems, and the solutions are so bad, they create even worse problems for them.
I could find this fucking Lebowski guy.
His name is Lebowski? That's your name, dude.
This is the guy who should compensate me for the fucking rug. His wife goes out and owes money all over town, and they pee on my rug?
They pee on your fucking rug?
They peed on my fucking rug.
That's their one idea, but they put this one idea in different places, everywhere.
This is a scene where I'm actually taking direction on how they want me to present the shoes to the dude. Again, you're handing somebody a pair of shoes, how tough can it be? They take the time to say, no, we're trying to convey something here. You're now an employee handing the shoes to the dude, and that's the limit of your responsibility. Clearly, there were similarities to the fact that General Key in the Vietnam War ended up running a liquor store in Orange County, and so I think some of us older folks got that tie-in.
This will not stand. This will not stand, this aggression against Kuwait.
There are so many layers to the movie. I mean, obviously you have the political aspect of it.
I mean, say what you want about the tenets of National Socialism, dude. At least it's an ethos.
A little bit of the drug culture.
You mind if I do it, Jay?
Luis Colina, and I played the Red Corvette owner on Big Lebowski. I was actually originally one of their editors on the Hot Soccer Proxy. I know they wanted Jeff Bridges, and they waited for him to be available for Lebowski. I mean, they just saw it.
Has it ever occurred to you that instead of running around blaming me, given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple, it sounds very improvisational the way the Coens write, and I did my best to stick to the script, and every ellipses, every fuck, every man, those are all in the script. Or I did my damnedest to do it the way the guy said it, and anytime I put an extra man in, it was, didn't feel right,
Everything with Joel and Ethan is a joke.
The editor of the film is Roderick James. Roderick James is a fictional character. That's them. They made up this name. Unfortunately, it got nominated for editing an Academy Award, and they didn't know how to handle this. Because how is it possible, there goes my union, that, a person that does not exist gets an Academy Award nomination?
These people like to hang that come to the Lebowski Festival, and a lot of people that watch the movie. And that's a good thing in this world, because the world, your work and stuff like that tends to separate us and make us competitive.
Human beings still crave ritual, and that's why this small event has turned into this massive thing so quickly, because our generation craves ritual, and this scratches an itch.
They follow some sort of a religious, spiritual attitude about the movie.
Right. It's a whole, and they own several costumes each about the movie. They travel cross country to New York, then they go to the festival in New Orleans, then they go to the festival in Texas.
I venture to say that most people who go to, churches and the fundamentalists, there's a lot of the hang in that too. They like the religious hang, so to speak.
But they may have been the loneliest person in the world and not had any friends in their town where they lived. And now, because of this movie and because of the fest, they were accepted through the fest. And there have been relationships that have come out of it. People have fallen in love over it. So yeah, it's way more than a movie now.
That's our human nature. That's maybe what separates us from some animals. A lot of animals like to hang too, by the way. And all of them at some point fornicate, so they certainly like to hang close.
It draws the dregs of society. It does. I mean, it drew me.
Scott and I did the very first one on October 12th, 2002, at a little tiny bowling alley in a seedy part of town called the Fellowship Lanes.
Whose idea was it?
I think it was our idea. Someone said we should have a big Lebowski convention.
It happened.
And then it was like, it just bam, bam. I was like...
Next thing you know, we're taking notes.
Fellowship Lanes. We should have a dress as your favorite character contest. Highest bowling score.
Highest bowling score.
Furthest distance traveled. It really it wrote itself. We put up a website, and it was just unbelievable the response we got. Yesterday we had 160 unique visitors to the site. We've had hits from all over the world.
All over the world.
Emails from different people from Germany, California. I mean, everybody's just in love with this idea.
Media.
So what are you most looking forward to, Scott?
What am I most
tonight?
I'm not sure, man. I think really number one, I guess the crowd response. See if anybody's gonna show up.
It's a Baptist-run bowling alley. They wouldn't let us drink or curse.
What's this day of rest shit? What's this bullshit? I don't fucking care.
I believe that the word fuck was mentioned in its variations 265 times throughout the film.
I would have fucked you in the ass Saturday. I'll fuck you in the ass the next Wednesday instead. Woo! You got a day Wednesday, baby!
We said, hey guys, this film has got a lot of cuss words. Is it okay if we play it? They were pretty much like, no. We called it the first annual event, which, number one, we know it should be inaugural, what have you. We called it the first annual event.
There are some people that are coming from Tucson and from Columbus, Ohio, that have already showed up. So we know that there's going to be 6 people here at least. So that's pretty good.
We did it just kind of as a joke. We thought 20 of our friends would show up. But it's going to be a good time.
Absolutely. It's going to be a riot, man.
first like bowling ball, roll down the alley, and crash into the pins. Like, man, this is awesome.
How's everyone doing this evening? Yeah! Welcome to the first annual Big Lebowski What Have You Fest.
I was absolutely surprised by the success of the event. Why? I guess because, you know, we expected 50 of our friends to show up, and 150 people showed up.
Fantastic, brother. I think we've got some more people that have showed up. We might have to start squeezing some players in on some lanes somewhere. So if you would, please become very neighborly.
Hey.
Everyone left with a smile. You know, you just see kind of people were, you know, kind of glowing. We were like, man, this is awesome.
Excellent.
Thoroughly enjoyable.
How was your bowling?
Not so good.
Did it matter?
No.
That December, we put up LebowskiFest.com, and word of mouth on the internet just started spreading through discussion forums. And, you know, even if somebody wasn't into the Big Lebowski, they knew someone who was, and they would email them the link, and it just kind of started to build. And then,
when did it kind of take off? Maybe before the second annual event. You know, we started to kind of see a lot of growth.
You can do anything with the internet now. It's enabled the Big Lebowski fans, the achievers, to find each other quickly.
When I signed up, there were probably about 50 people signed up, but it was a small handful of people that posted.
People are able to come together and talk freely when it's convenient for them, you know, which is necessary in today's very busy 24-hour kind of existence.
2 years I've been on the website and then forum exchanging messages with these guys. There's been get-togethers every time anybody's in town with somebody else. They all get together. It's just we're a tight-knit group of fanatics.
You know, at the fest, you meet a lot of people who didn't know about the forum and then come on, like after the fest is over, like, oh, now I found my home, and then they never post again. But like, we kept posting, and then it went beyond, you know, those couple days at the fest.
You know, there are people that you meet just once, you hang out with and have a good time, but there are also people that you really make a connection with, you stay in touch with. They're certainly what I would consider my friends, and as far as I'm concerned, part of my family.
That's really what life's all about, isn't it, Clyde? It's meeting new people. Meet new people and connecting with people that you wouldn't necessarily have met in any other circumstance.
I think that we've really got people that have got lifelong friends now through that forum, and that's a fantastic thing, man. I mean, beyond Lebowski Fest, Lebowski Fest aside, you know, that's a fantastic thing.
Without the internet, of course, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Me and Scott would have done one thing in Louisville and then been done with it. Vegas was the first traveling one we did. We just kept getting all these emails from people like, you've got to bring one out to the West Coast. You got to bring one out to the West Coast. And you know, at first we kind of like resisted the idea because, you know, it just seemed unfathomable. But we were like, man, let's do it. We got to do it.
Do I need to say anything? I'm just going to sit here and look sexy.
2 months before Lebowski Fest, and we were starting to really blow up on the website, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna quit my job, and I'm just gonna dive headfirst into Lebowski Fest and give it everything I have and see what happens.
Did I tell you about it? They're doing the Lebowski Fest. Festival dedicated to the Big Lebowski. We're gonna drink some White Russians, we're gonna watch movies with other nerds. It's just gonna be a good old time. Come on.
It was a scary thing to do, you know, we didn't know anything about setting up an event in another city.
How's it going, Bill? Should the audio be working now, or am I just... Okay, good.
I've been waiting for Lebowski Fest ever since I heard about it probably 6 months ago. So I'm very excited to
Not funny stuff.
To go in and celebrate the movie that I love.
How are we tonight? We're ready to achieve. Okay, we've got
These are,
Oh, those are Mr. Lebowski's children,
different
so to
mothers,
speak.
huh?
No, they're not.
Racially, he's pretty cool.
They're not literally his children. They're the little Lebowski urban achievers.
Achiever is somebody who is really into the Big Lebowski. There has to be a name for what we do and who we are, and Achiever.
It kind of came up on the forum. I think Brant was the first one to coin it. It was like someone started a thread, hey, what are we called? Dude heads? And we were like, ooh, no, 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 no. We don't want to be dude heads. And somebody was like, how about Achiever from the Little Lebowski Urban Achievers? I'm proud we are of all of them.
I was in Portland earlier this year, and this guy had on a shirt that said Achiever on it.
Yeah, the Achiever.
I'm like, your name's Lebowski? And he laughed, and people looked at me going, what is that? I don't understand. But this one guy and I, this stranger, for a moment, we had this connection. I love that.
Even though we all come from different backgrounds and different states and stuff, we all kind of think alike and get along really well. And when there's alcohol involved, we get along really, really well.
And I think it's because everyone comes with this mindset that this one night, having this one thing in common, this movie, is enough. And all these people that normally wouldn't socially interact have a great time. And I think what a cool world this would be if everyone woke up every day and said, today is the day that having one thing in common is enough.
I need a speed of sound and a wedge shirt, extra large.
How are you doing, Andy?
Awesome, how are you?
I've heard about you. I'm Katie.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
We were winning at a casino randomly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Imperial Palace Hotel Casino is happy to bring you the one, the only, Mr. Jim Hoosier, ladies and gentlemen.
It was our first actor from the film, and he couldn't believe it, you know. He was so surprised.
I think he just sent an email saying, hey, I'm Liam from the film. And we said, hey, man, why don't you come out to Vegas? And he was like, well, you guys know that I didn't have any lines from the film, right?
I've told everybody I see, if you see a flyer about something, take the opportunity, pick it up. I saw a flyer with a phone number. I called the number. Joel Coen asked me, he said, Jim, he said, how did you, how'd you hear about the part? I said, well, I answered a flyer. And he looked at me in the face and says, it's not that hard to get in the movies, is it?
And we were like, man, forget about it. You're gonna be having your picture taken all night. You're gonna be signing autographs. The Achievers are gonna love you.
Leo!
Basically, we're all losers. We're all here just like for a movie, but that's the best thing about it.
I was telling somebody else, I didn't go to the first annual fest because I was told it was invitation only, and then I found out afterwards it really wasn't.
Vegas Fest, that was just integral, and it was so fun, and to me, that is still my favorite fest.
It's not Lebowski related, unfortunately.
That's for Hayes and Sand of Television. So this is what the Big Lebowski does, is it brings people together from the far corners of the world, even if those corners are just North Carolina and Kentucky.
Lebowski Fest cured my cancer.
It was like I grew up with him. So that's how we kind of started to develop our friendship more than just as posting.
You could walk up to pretty much any achiever and just start up a conversation. You could start out like just reciting movie lines to each other. Before you know it, you're like at the bar, slobbering drunk, like, let's call a cab, let's go to detox.
And just parts of the fest I thought were really fun. It was my first time viewing the movie with a room full of people who knew the movie.
Turn off the lights!
And that ended up being really cool. Like, everybody sang the lines all the way through, but it wasn't annoying. It was like this spirit of really good camaraderie. Like, we're in this secret society. we are the people, we're the smart people.
Over the line! Over the line!
We did it, man. We sold it out. People came from over 30 states, Singapore, Canada, Oh, the carnage.
You know, like in the Olympics when they shut off the flame? Well, they were doing the same thing by pissing on a rug. Really, really foul. That's the rug that everyone pissed on. And that's it, man. Wrap it all up.
Why this movie?
Why this movie?
I don't know. I don't know, Eddie. I don't have a good answer. It's kind of the million-dollar question.
Why The Big Lebowski? Because it's the greatest fucking movie ever made.
It's just strange that this one was memorized. You know, it's like Rocky Horror Picture Show and very few other films.
The Big Lebowski, 92. I'm reading the script, and I can't figure it out.
Were you listening to the dude's story?
I was bowling.
So you have no frame of reference here, Donnie. You're like a child who wanders into the middle of a movie and wants to know.
Walter, what's the point?
I was pretty confused by the whole thing.
This is a very complicated case, Maude. You know, a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous.
You can miss it, you know? It can go over your head or, you know, past your funny bone, and you can miss the whole thing.
The funny thing to me has always been the dialogue. And when you first watch the movie, you're not listening to the dialogue. You're watching for plot and all that stuff.
Oh, fuck it.
It's the characters, man. They're not actors saying lines. They're actual people you know.
Walter Sobchak is the greatest character in movie history, I think.
3,000 years of beautiful tradition from Moses to Sandy Koufax. You're goddamn right I'm living in the fucking past!
So we figured that if Moses were alive today, he'd be a Lebowski fan. Yeah, and I had pretty good authority that the real Sandy Koufax would not be here, so I took some liberties.
It's just an excuse for a party, and they sell a lot of T-shirts.
I hear there's footage of me with my ass pointing at people last night, which is a huge shock.
Andy. Did you show the potato?
I did not show the potato.
I hate Lebowski, but I like the Achievers.
I didn't think you had to be drunk to like the movie, but it seems to appeal to people who prefer alternate realities.
It's a lot of beef.
My name's Andy Shaney. I posted the forum with all the other fellow achievers here. At my house in Indiana, it's the cookout, the forum cookout before the movie. He's a mutt. They said he's part pug, part bulldog. We got him from the pound, and they said no one would adopt him because everyone thought he was ugly. And when they showed him to us, he was just chasing his tail, panting, with a huge erection. And they're like, yeah, no one wants him. So we brought him home, and he's ours now.
These are my people, you know. And I think we all sort of have that feeling about each other, like, you know, we're on the same page here.
You getting a burger ready?
So how's the food, guys?
Good.
We can't call him Eddie, that's breaking the third wall.
The third wall?
It's supposed to look natural. So, do you enjoy the movie The Big Lebowski?
No.
My favorite part was when they bowled. Bowling's funny.
Yeah, I like that part too.
Yeah, that's a good part.
This is one of my favorite things, is when you come in, the majority of my autographs from different movie conventions or going to shows, and some of my favorites being my autographed Dead Milkman picture, my original Flesh Eaters poster, my George Romero stuff. Oh, this is one of my favorite things. I actually sold my car and then went out and bought this. I absolutely love it. And I asked Chandra, if I died, what would you do with all my stuff? And she didn't even take a second to think about it. She just says, I'm gonna cram it in the garage.
I didn't say cram, I said stick.
It's the same thing.
No.
I'm gonna stick it in the garage.
I'll politely, lightly place it into the garage.
This has been what's referred to as the Simpsons room. It's the bulk of my collection, but it's certainly not all of it. I run out of room to put everything. I do have an obsessive personality.
And look at his arms, the forearms. He was supposed to get one tattoo on his forearm. It was an agreement, just one.
And as you can see, it goes all the way up on both arms.
The forum achievers are the biggest fanatics. If you're a fanatic, you're probably on the forum.
I don't know, like when I'm with my family, like my mom and stuff, if I start talking about Lebowski around my family, they're just like, oh, you in that stupid movie thing? You know, they don't understand how much of a part. They don't see it as like, okay, this is like a little business that I have now, you know, and
The festivals?
well, I kind of mentioned on the forum, like, you know, I really want one of those time mirrors from the movie. Like, I've always wanted one, and if I'm gonna make one, does anybody else want one? I'll just make a whole batch of them. And everybody's like, yeah, I want one, I want one. I made a batch of the time mirrors, and I sold them all. Then I didn't realize that on the internet forum, when like somebody does a Google search for Lebowski mirror, it'll take them to my post. So in the beginning, I thought it was just my friends and I. But once I started getting emails from around the world, I was like, well, no, this is like a global phenomenon.
How do you think it turned out?
Well, once it's healed, then we'll figure it out. We'll see how it turns out. I mean, I'm motivated. It looks.
I think it's perfect.
Third annual event that summer in Louisville was the first time we brought live music to it. And that was just the coolest thing. We had it down on the waterfront, and we had almost 4,000 people come out that weekend.
We're ready to throw some rocks, knock some pins, maybe harass a few 8-year-olds. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I am standing in the line you can see behind me, waiting to get into the Lebowski Fest extravaganza. I am currently dressed as Saddam Hussein, which has a very small part in the movie and hands out the bowling shoes during a dream sequence to the dude. The mustache I am wearing is made of real human hair, which I did not realize until after I purchased it. It's also made in Korea, so yeah, I just don't want to think of where this hair has come from. And it's applied with spirit gum, so I really shouldn't smoke anything because I will burn.
We had our favorite band, My Morning Jacket, play. It was just amazing.
It was a fantastic thing. And plus, you know, they brought a lot of energy, you know. They dressed up in the costumes.
Lebowski is one of the greatest movies of all time, and I was really stoked to hear they did like this fest about it. It was such a creative and great idea. I've always wanted to be part of it, but we've always been on the road and we've always been away from home when they've had it. So we were really excited to jump and get the opportunity to like do the whole kickoff for the event. So I'm totally stoked to be part of Lebowski Fest.
I hail from Lynchburg, Virginia, you know, and where are you from? Chicago, Illinois. Who knew? You know, there's something as great as the Coen Brothers, the Big Lebowski has brought us together, you know, and now the North and the South are united.
Oh yeah.
Red, white, blue, look at us.
Okay, can we have a little prayer circle here?
Does anybody know any prayers?
I do, but I'm not saying them right now.
Who's the penis in between us?
The one single moment when I realized the Lebowski Fest was a big success, we had an article that ran in Spin Magazine.
This little article here in Spin Magazine changed my life forever, and others around me, I would say. It's the 19 events you can't miss in the summer. It was like Lollapalooza and Ozfest and Eminem, and then they have a little thing about the Big Lebowski What Have You Fest there. So that's where it all started. All right. We got a special treat for you guys tonight. We've got the man that the Coen Brothers based the character on right here. He's the real dude. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Jeff the Dude Dow.
Hello, Louisville. Now, Jeff Lebowski is based on Jeff Dow, the dude. And he was drinking White Russians at the Lebowski Fest. And I guess they're lovable losers.
You ever hear of the Seattle Seven?
That was me. And there were 6 other guys. And then...
You guys ever hear of the Seattle 7? That's the dude and 6 other guys. We traveled all the way from Seattle. Seattle 7 right there.
That's a 7th other guy.
We started out as a fucking Vietnam protest, but then it just turned into a fucking bowling team now.
It's bigger. It's bigger.
It's bigger. We just drink oat sodas and White Russians. You just get her done.
It's not much bigger.
Before I started doing Lebowski Fest, you know, I was working in a cubicle at this job that I hated. You know, I just wanted to cry every day that I went into work. You know, it was just like I sat at a computer all day and did HTML, you know, for websites, and just like I would just like listen to my music and just like wait for the 8-hour day to be over, and then just go home and just be miserable, you know, and just, you know, I had some money, you know, because I was working this job, full-time job, and, you know, I could go to the mall and buy some crap that wouldn't make me happy either. So it's really kind of let me view life in a lot different way.
It's all water under the bridge. And we do enter the next round robin. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
Yes, this year in Louisville, we had the mayor come out, which is kind of a big deal to have the mayor come out to an event, and he gave the key to the city to the dude, Jeff Dowd. And afterwards, some people got stranded on the waterfront that night. Jeff Dowd was among those people and ended up having to like flag a car down in the middle of River Road the very same day he got the key to the city.
We have it! We have it!
So sorry about that, dude.
Nothing's fucked here, dude. Nothing is fucked.
But okay, that's what happened.
He's coming right for it.
There's a basic formula that we have used from the beginning. It's about being the attraction. Instead of going to see, you know, like the Stones in concert where it's 5 old guys on stage, it's like everybody is the focus. The people in the crowd are the focus.
Comments from the Caucasians. Man, there's a beverage here. Another Caucasian, Gary.
You can't have a Lebowski Fest without the Caucasian.
People have added something to the equation. That's one of the great things about the Lebowski Festival. It's not just a great hang, they carry it further.
At some point in the evening, Will and I will be walking through the crowd. If we think you've got a really cool costume, we'll ask you your name. We'll write it down. We'll talk about it. And then we'll pick the second round costume winners.
And a lot of their alter ego and personalities come out, you know, guys that look really straight and out dressed in a dress.
All right, let's go ahead and bring Bunny up. Be prepared, this is scary.
Like this crazy world of Lebowski is unleashed and just like run amok.
God damn it! Fuck you! Puta, vamos, matarlo! Hey, you like that? Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! I don't want to be your fucking camera, man. I'm gonna kill it.
What do you guys do for a living?
I'm actually a district attorney, but I don't want to say where at this point. And I have a white collar job in Atlanta as well. I work in advertising. I'm a whore.
You know, we lead relatively normal lives, but when you're in costume, you have these people photographing you like crazy.
There we go.
Where else can somebody in a purple jumpsuit yell, "We're gonna fuck you in the ass on Wednesday," to a complete stranger and someone be just fine with that, and in fact laugh about it, and be like, "Can I have my picture taken with you?" Yeah, Friday we watch the movie, and Saturday we become the movie.
I'm Ferret Bueller, also known as Bill Rudy. I'm from here in Louisville.
They're probably not going to be Bill Gates. A lot of them remind me like writers. They either feel better than everyone else or alienated. And I think that these people were alienated.
In the movie, in The Big Lebowski, there's a scene where the dude's car is stolen. And we found out that that is actually based on a real story.
Well, the whole thing started in 1989 in my living room. Joel and Ethan were shooting Barton Fink. I had them over for dinner, and my car had been stolen. I'm telling a story, and I'm cooking, I'm barbecuing some chicken, and you know, every now and then I stop and I talk about, didn't this rug tie the room together?
That rug really tied the room together, did it not?
And one of the stories that he told that night was about his car getting stolen and the homework being found in it and all that stuff. And the Coen Brothers just couldn't believe that this was a real story.
And I had a buddy, Lou. We called him Big Lou. He's 6'4" from Texas, and I go down to the impound yard and I take Lou with me. The car is pretty trashed. The front and left wheel's gone, and that little spare is on it. Lou reached under the passenger seat, and he pulls out this homework, an 8th grader's homework. Jake Freeman, J-A-I-K, Freeman.
Peter thinks or thought that I stole his car because my math book was found in it. And
what was your math book and homework doing in the car?
Well, I loaned it to a friend of mine, and he had left it in the car.
The friend stole the car and left Jake's math book in the car, and that's how his homework was in there. But I don't know.
He and the private investigator walk down into the living room.
At the end of the living room, where most people have a fireplace, is a hospital bed. And a man, 70, 80 years old, is in this hospital bed, in the living room. I hadn't noticed it, but Lou had a briefcase. And he opens up his briefcase, and he pulls out a baggie.
He really did open a briefcase and hold up this little hermetically sealed bag with my homework in it, you know, and a math book, you know.
Is this your homework, Larry?
To me, being able to find the real little Larry, to track down Jake Freeman, I think was the crowning achievement.
He was on speakerphone, and my girlfriend, who was sitting next to me at the time, she's like, I remember the scene in the movie, and I had no idea. I was like, I don't know from movies, but that really happened to me. What the hell are you talking about? There's this long pause, and they're like, it is you!
That's weird. So he was familiar with the movie, and he had no idea that this had anything to do with him in his life. The homework and the call, and he's not that smart.
It was pretty funny that he could watch that and not realize that that was him. But I guess when you think about it, you don't really watch most movies expecting something from your life to be in it, you know?
I did the mini tour today and went by little Larry's house.
Oh yeah? From Rochester?
No, not the real.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the real world. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Go figure, right? Here we are 20 years later. Some guy's car was stolen, and all of a sudden it's a big hit.
So, what are you gonna do if you meet Peter Exline?
See how he reacts to me. But I'm walk up and shake his hand and smile and, hey, how you doing? So how's the car, you know?
Eddie comes over. It's like, Peter, right behind me, the guy in the hat is Jake Freeman. Now I'm gonna walk over there. I'm gonna count to 3, and I want you to come over and start talking to him. Like, you know, this is James Cameron time. This is completely inappropriate, stressed out. Jim Cameron, like, this is the greatest moment in the history of cinema. How you doing, Jake?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
So you saw the movie?
Yes,
you had no fucking clue.
Not a fucking clue.
He's just the greatest kid in the world. He's just the coolest guy. He's got that funny hat, and I think he's got some tattoos, and, you know, 2 or 3 days he has a shave.
Now I'm blanking out completely like an idiot. Yeah, I know. But how's your mother?
Of course, he's kind of trying to figure out what universe am I, where am I? What Twilight Zone episode did I just step into?
So give her a big warm welcome. They came out here tonight.
And they kind of shuffle us up to the stage, and they're kind of telling everybody's story. As it got to the part where I told Peter, I'm not going to say anything to you guys, the whole crowd kind of like broke out and screamed "Stonewall" at me.
Little prick stonewalling me.
You know, one bad decision leads to a lifetime of infamy, right?
I'm like this little moon in the Coen Brothers constellation. I have a place in the Coen Brothers constellation.
People have always stopped me all the time on the street. And people were coming up to me at parties and saying, "You were great in The Big Lebowski." And I'm like, "The big who? The what? What are you talking about?" And people knew it. I mean, and I thought Robin had a big part. I just assumed she must have, some major role in it. Because people really noticed the checkout girl. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird.
Of all the stuff I've done with Saddam, it's one of my fondest experiences. The Lebowski movie, as well as the Lebowski Fest, is all about irony. And so it is perfect that I was able to play that role in that movie.
Turns out he's a Republican lobbyist in Southern California, of all things.
There's a lot of diverse people from all over the country, and probably other countries, and they are diverse.
Japan and Germany have gotten us tonight.
Yeah, and they have different jobs, and they have different lives.
They barely speak the language.
Yeah, and they all get the sort of meaning of the movie. They all get it, and they don't have to say it.
Yeah.
They just get it, and that's why there's a love fest going on right outside.
All right, you guys. I can't believe these words are about to come out of my mouth. Please welcome Jeff Bridges!
When this movie came out originally, I was so damn disappointed. You can imagine, because it didn't do much. But you guys, you kept this thing alive. We got to hear it quiet, because we got to hear Chris's note, because this is very important. His first note. Oh no, I want it long and held, almost kind of a feminine, and one whole long hold note. Here we go. Like Maud would do it.
I sat, if this was the stage, I sat right there, so I kind of craned my neck around so I could watch him. And the next thing I know, he's extending his hand to me, and I'm like, I'm getting on stage with the dude. What's going on? I was just completely flabbergasted. And he kind of grabs my hand and starts doing this. I'm like, okay, I sort of get it. And then, before I knew it, I was sitting down again. So.
So real life similarities?
What's that?
Between the character you play?
Between the character and the... Well, these are my shoes. I lent them to the dude.
After they had played, we were all in this little dressing room. There was like 10 of us, him and his band, and me and Scott, and I think Bunny was in there, and Pat. And there was a break in the conversation, so I kind of dared to ask Jeff a question. I was like, so, Jeff, where'd you get those jellies at? What size do you wear? And I was like, 11. And he takes off his right jelly and he throws it across the room to me, and he's like, go ahead and try it on. I was like, okay. It was like this surreal moment, and I stand up, everybody's watching me. I take my shoe off, and I go to put my foot in the jelly, and he stops me. He's like, no, man, I want you to take your sock off, too. I want you to get the full experience. So I was like, all right, and I slipped my sock off and put my shoe into the jelly. It was a little warm, a little moist, but as soon as I stepped down and I felt the whole rush of the dude come up into my leg, I felt very relaxed, very much in the moment. But that was pretty amazing.
Say again, what this was?
Mr. Dowd mentioned that it was a sociologique from, to quote Francis Truffaut from Close Encounters. Could you label it something similar like that, or is it?
Hell of a Cayenne cinema moment there, you know?
Exactly, man. I mean, I don't know how to follow that.
Semiotics on here now.
So what What is it? You mean
Sociological phenomenon.
Sociological phenomenon. Do you find that to be the same?
I just think it's a weird dream I'm having.
Oh, awesome, man. Excellent. They're really into it. Great costumes. Lots of ringers tonight, lots of undies, lots of oversized beverages. It's good stuff.
That's all for now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Big Lebowski!
Take a look at this, sir.
How long have you been printing?
I've been here at this company since 1994. Let's see. The Chinaman does something like this, and Flashback did something like this, and Modestly Priced does something like this. Lot of achievers in the printing industry. Why is that? Anybody know? Okay, well.
Wave of the future, dude. 100% electronic.
Well, I still jerk off manually.
Well, the dude says I still jerk off manually, and so here's the jerk off manual.
So we literally, and I bet for 3 hours, we did nothing, but the three of us sat there and threw out ideas. What about this? What about that? And instantly vetoed. No, that's stupid, or that's not, whatever. And it was just, we were the harshest critics.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when Camel Fucker came out.
Pacifism is not, look at our current situation with that camel fucker in Iraq.
Instantly, it was like, oh, that's a home run.
Yes! Yes!
Turn around, too. Turn around. They didn't see your behind. Oh, that's very, very nice.
This is my mustache. Oh, well, we were here last year as Moses and Sandy Koufax and a man who died face down in the muck. Last year.
This year, my line, or my costume was based on one line by Sam Elliott that was referenced once. This would be Lebowski Fest 4 for those of you taking notes. There's no shame and nothing sacred, obviously. The damned old queen or undies, or the queen or damned old undies, or the queen or damned undies, I can't get it straight. That was my costume.
And then we will award some trophies later. Are you ready, Scott? Are you ready, camel fuckers? All right, get the camel fuckers up here.
This last fest, costumes were a lot more creative.
Who knows who's gonna win, but I'm hoping to, be considered for best costume tonight. It's one of the most original ones here.
The cool thing was, with the costumes, people really go over the top. They really go over the top.
All right, let's hear it for the queen and her damn undies, ladies.
I'm a little competitive when it comes to being creative.
It gets a little intense in there, actually, at the fest.
This one's a little hard to believe. Please welcome to the stage. Oh, help him out. Oh, yeah. The jerk-off manual, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's talk about that. The line in the movie, Jeff Bridges is speaking to Jackie Treehorn. He goes, yeah, well, I still jerk off manually. Is that it?
That's it.
So this guy decided I will become the jerk-off manual. And I'm like, I want to judge his opinion on that. I want to call because the line was jerk off manually, and he became a jerk.
You're bitter, you gotta let it go.
In third place, the nihilists, ladies and gentlemen. For long term and the jerk-off manual. Yeah, just when you think we're out of ideas, they come up with more. Are you ready for first place premieres? Are you ready for this? Make way for the camel fucker.
You deserve it, baby! Follow your heart and all of your dreams will come true.
What I'm gonna wear at the next Lebowski Fest, costume I'm gonna make. And I've got some ideas, but they're confidential. So I guess you'll see next year. Meanwhile, I got to find a little bit of paper to put on there.
Lebowski's coming to Chicago. I'm serious. Lebowski's gonna be in Chicago. It's coming here. It's coming to Chicago.
We're gonna have to take the train, right?
Yeah. But listen, you're not going.
I knew it.
I'm sorry, no kids allowed. The kids like it. They've never seen the real version. I taped the Comedy Central version where they have like, you know, how do you feed a stranger eggs in the Alps. I named my dog Donnie just so I could tell her, shut the fuck up, Donnie.
I am the walrus.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
But it doesn't really work out because I have kids and I don't cuss around my kids. And when we were drawing pictures a couple weeks ago, he drew Walter, and that was the little face he drew. Mommy, look, it's Walter. And he had the beard and the glasses on and everything. It melted my heart. And I don't like force Lebowski on my kids. It's just that it's around them all the time. There's a part of yourself that you kind of lose as you grow up, and it's that like just being debaucherous and crazy. Through Lebowski, we've found that we can recapture that side of ourselves. You know, when I'm down here, I'm not your normal housewife at all. Bunny, here are TJ's famous flashcards. The trophy is yours in Chicago.
I've never been more certain of anything in my life.
I've never been more certain of anything in my life. Love, Alicia. And it's got pirate ship, because she loves pirates. So there's like no pressure or anything. Can you come over here and help me with these? I don't know, just like once one of us won it, it was like we wanted to keep it in our circle of friends. And so if TJ is not going to a fest, then it's like up to me and Alicia or Saddam and Goro, you know.
I think we just sort of have a lot of, you know, pride in the forum. Like, you know, we're the ones, like, this is a part of our daily lives. We've seen this movie a million times. No one's gonna come and steal this trivia rug out from underneath us.
What does the Big Lebowski offer him?
20,000.
To do the handoff. 20,000. Right. We're the best. We know everything about this movie. We travel all over the country. It should be ours. I think the only time we didn't get it was Austin. I don't think we had anybody that went to that. What is the only scene the dude is not in at all? The nihilist pancake house? When the nihilists order pancakes. Got that one. I'm so rusty. It was like you playing the drums yesterday.
Yeah.
You can wail on the drums, but when you haven't touched them in a while, nothing comes out.
No.
You guys here for trivia? Oh, okay. Everybody got a pencil? All right. No pressure at all. Only the coveted Lebowski Fest Trivia Award.
The highest honor in the land.
Yeah. Are you done? What's the question?
What's the
Oh, well.
She took the place where it was filled. Do you want her to? What are you asking?
Do you know both answers? Or just the
I'm asking for the one in the film. No funny stuff. Tough competition.
It's on Santa Monica in Los Angeles. That's
right.
where Sobchak is located. We've been there. We've taken pictures there. We've driven
We've
around,
achieved.
man. Don't fucking give us bogus fucking questions.
And that's cool.
That's cool, man.
That's cool.
And we have a tie for third place. Both of these people missed 3.
Well,
Now, the
I know
rules.
the procedure.
You know the procedure.
Yeah. We blindly draw.
Yes, exactly.
One of these two will make it into the third round by dumb luck.
Exactly.
And if it isn't one of them, there's going to be hell to pay. So I really hope the dumb luck picks the one.
That we needed to be.
Well, I mean, not that it's just that I know that she's been.
She had no
I'm not-
cards.
We can't control. This is out of our
She had
hands.
no cards.
It's out of our hands, dude.
If I don't win a first place trophy for trivia, if it goes to some outsider, I don't know, I think I'll be done. Like, I don't know. I can't show my face around them, like, ever. I'm not joking. It's seriously, it's in my hands.
Her life is in your hands. Her life is in your hands, dude.
I'm getting real sad now. Can we not talk about this? I'm sorry. I'm like seriously sad. There's so much pressure.
All right, we have them very secure where Will would have, I don't even have any idea which one.
You don't look either.
I'm not looking.
Tipping me off.
I have no idea.
I don't want you to give me any sort of signal.
I have no
poker
idea.
plan. Okay.
No idea.
All right.
Whatever. Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Pick right or left?
This one.
This one it is.
What is it?
Big drum roll.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Stormy Lane.
Yes!
First question. What is the name of the bartender at the bowling alley? Question number 2. According to Maud, what is her father's weakness? Question number 3. What is the name of the restaurant that the dude who authored? Question number 4. Name one other film that restaurant was in. Name the other 2 nihilists. Both of Maud. After Maud comes to the dude's house to retrieve her rug, after helping her conceive dude's license plate number. That was your final question. We will tally your scores, and we will let you know who the winner is very, very shortly.
Sometimes I don't even make it to the second round. I try. It's just I reach a point in the night where I'm like, well, am I gonna hang with my friends and drink and bowl, or am I gonna worry about trophies? I'm retiring from trivia. I have what I've sought after all these years. Kept it within the family.
You know, and it doesn't matter, you know, if it gets bigger or any of that stuff, and we'll keep on doing it, and, you know, hopefully everyone will have a good time. That is success to me.
Man in me will do nearly any task. As for compensation, there's a little he would ask. Take a woman like
So, you know, I think this movie, it's so rewatchable and so good and so endlessly funny and quotable. You know, I don't really see it going anywhere anytime soon.
clouds are raging all around my door. Think to myself, I might not take it anymore. Take a woman like your kind.
My honest opinion is I don't think I'm gonna go anymore.
I hope our little family doesn't break up, but that's kind of what I see happening.
Said smile to read from my toe up to my ear.
Fest is what brought us together, but now we're sticking together.
And I'd rather just hang out with them somewhere, you know? I don't think it's about the fest anymore. I think it's about the people.
Take the woman like you to get through to the man in me.
A lot of people that used to come, we don't really see as much anymore, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, I guess that's just the nature of it. It's like, you know, they're not into it anymore, but there are still new people coming in that are into it, that bring new life and new ideas and new costumes and stuff.
The movie is just great itself, and I think it's an awesome thing that there's actually a Lebowski Fest. I haven't heard about it until it was actually coming to this bowling alley, and I don't know. I want to find out where it is next year and follow it around every year. I think it's the coolest thing. I have to get that. 1 second. Oh. I knew that was gonna happen.
This is what the dude turned me on to, man. From Las Vegas. Right on. Welcome, Lebowski Feast. Best.
Do you have questions, Eddie? Do you have any questions? Do you have them written down, anything like that? Are you just winging it?
When it gets time to go to the knitting factory, we all load up in the limo or whatever the fuck it was we were in, and you got in with us and left your roommate to clean up the mess we had made and got you kicked out. Oh, man.
I can't imagine what your roommates were thinking.
Man, I felt so bad. That was one reason why I agreed to let you come here, because I thought you were homeless because of us.
I like your preparation. I like your professionalism. I like the way you roll in here, you know, and you pretend you have questions, and then you forget that you have them, and then you start asking me questions, and then you say, I know I've asked you this twice, but let me ask you one more time. Is there something you want to hear that I'm not saying? Is there some crackerjack answer here lurking that I'm missing? Do you want to give me cue cards, or is this a documentary? I thought this was a documentary.